Shalom, shalom, shalom. I'd like to start this video by giving our honor, praises, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Kodash. Double honors to my teachers, the elder apostles, the elder bishops of Great Millstone, teaching and ruling well. Peace, salutation, and blessings to the hopeful elect of the house of Israel, those who are keeping the law, statutes, and commandments to the best of their abilities, or waiting on Yahushai to come back and deliver us from this wicked kingdom. Alright? Because again, this is not our rest, man. All right, this is the land of our captivity, man. Israel has been scattered throughout the four corners of the earth, man. Until this day, we're subject unto payments, and we're the lowest of the lows in this wicked society, man. All right, but again, Lord willing, this lesson will be edifying. Okay, so right before I get started, I just want a quick side note. Through the Spirit, I've been going through a little situation here and there, throughout the past week. That situation bugged me out in the beginning of the week. I was feeling low, going through that adversity, you know what I'm saying? And basically, through the Spirit of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, that's been on the starting with, the apostles and the man on down, man. They've been doing videos pertaining to that adversity, and I think that's, and I know that's all through the Spirit of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. How to battle that why me spirit. Why am I suffering right now? You look at the world, and they're not actually, you look at the world, and starting with Esau Edom, they're not as troubled as other men. You look at your situation, and you start being in that woe is me spirit, But all through the Spirit, watching those videos, it rejuvenated me, through the comfort of, through the spirit of prophecy. I was rejuvenated in the Spirit, okay? Knowing that I shouldn't be in that mindset of why is these things happening unto me. Knowing the scriptures, having this knowledge, knowing that walking after Yahushua is a straight gate. That's a straight path. It's a path of difficulty, man. Okay, it is expected of us to go through adversity and to go through torments and to go through affliction. All right. So again, I'd like to add my 2 cents pertaining to this topic that the Spirit has been bringing out a lot, man. Through that topic that's been pushed forth in the ministry, for the past week, man. And I think even to the point, man, I went to go, like I said in the beginning of the week, I was feeling so down, man. I was feeling bad because of the situation and the affliction that I had to go through, And to the point, man, I skipped some gym sessions. I skipped boxing sessions because I was feeling so down, you know what I mean? And then but then at one point, I told myself in the Spirit, I told myself, yo, I can't be sitting, I can't be at home lamenting myself. Who's that gonna help? How am I gonna be able to profit? Even to the point where I think I missed like 1 or 2 lessons. I didn't do 1 or 2 lessons through the Spirit because I was feeling so down. But then I picked myself up through the Spirit. Told myself, yo, this can't be. I gotta, what kind of example is this? I can't be lamenting on my situation. I got to do something. So I washed myself, put some water on my face and went to the gym. And on my way there, I downloaded the video of Apostle Gabar, pertaining to how to, pertaining to adversity, how to, the perception on how to deal with adversity, roughly paraphrasing, that recent video that he did like 3 days ago, right? So I watched that video in the Spirit, and I felt like, I was telling myself, like, yo, did someone tell Apostle Gabar the things that I'm going through? That's crazy. How is he telling me the things? It's like someone that literally told him my situation, and the elder is speaking about it, So me, I'm watching that, that boosted me up in the Spirit. Now I'm back on my feet, back and better, back fighting, and that's my testimony, my quick testimony on the side pertaining to this topic of how to deal with adversity, all right, and how to keep pushing in the faith. Okay, so without further ado, Lord willing, this lesson will be edifying. All right, so let's get started, and it starts here in Sirach 2:1. My son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation. Coming to serve the Lord, man, you need to prepare yourself, man, because at the end of the day, you're departing from evil, and that makes you an enemy to the world. The world sees you as a target now, okay? So just the fact that you rejected wickedness and you walk after the light, man, you become a target. You put that target on you, man. You become like Nero. in the matrix. Okay, now everyone is your enemy at that point because you're disconnected from wickedness. And now you're really trying to follow after righteousness. All right. And it says here in 2 Timothy 3:12, yet all that will live godly in Hamashiach Yahushai shall suffer persecution. Not must, not maybe. It says shall. So you will. Coming into the truth, you will suffer persecution. You will have to go through that hell. Ultimately, that's the initiation process that the Lord has set up for everyone that is to come after Yahushai. That's the path that He has laid for us to walk in. Right, so you can't say that walking after the truth, you can't say that you're not going to go through affliction, because that's the route that the Lord has determined for us. All right. So it says here in back to Ecclesiastes 2:4, whatsoever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully. Whatsoever, man, the good and the bad. Just as Job said, will I receive good from the Lord and not evil? Okay, the Lord is the power of just balance. It wouldn't be balanced. It wouldn't be a equal weight if you were always going through good. If everything was always good for you when walking into this truth. If you had never had no adversity, man, where would be the growth? Okay, you need to be put in that fire so you can be growth, so there can be growth, so you can grow in this truth. Okay, if there's no difficulty, if there's no opposition, how are you able to become stronger in the truth, man? If you always go to the gym and you put the same weights, you always put 10, but you never put 20s, you never put 30s. You're not gonna grow. You're not gonna have progress. All right. You're always gonna stay at the same level. So again, whatever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully. Okay, and be patient when thou art changed to a low estate. For gold is tried in the fire, an acceptable man in the furnace of adversity. So again, if you're going to be found acceptable in the eyes of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, worthy of salvation, worthy of the blessings to come, you have to go through that fire. Okay, you have to endure the fire to obtain that blessing. Okay, without going to that persecution and affliction and to that route, without running that course, you won't be found acceptable. You won't be found worthy. You won't obtain that price. Okay. Because we run for an incorruptible crown. So if you don't even start running, you won't get the prize. It says here in the next verse, it says here, believe in Him and He will help thee. Order thy way aright and trust in Him. So at the end of the day, all that affliction, all that persecution is to test your faith, to grow your faith ultimately. Okay, to see if you really believe in Yahweh Hashem Yahshua. Because it's one thing if you say I believe. It's another thing when you're put in a situation to test your faith and you keep your integrity. Okay, that's a totally different situation, right? You made full proof of your ministry, by rejecting evil, by rejecting the society and turning back to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Okay, so like it. So again, it says here in Hebrews 12:6. For whom the Lord loveth, He chasteneth, and scourgeth every son whom He receiveth. So again, pertaining to if you come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation. So the same way that coming to the Lord is going to correct you. Okay, that's a part of the process, the growth process. You must be chastised because again, all Israel has sinned against the Lord. We all have committed iniquity. We all fallen short from the glory of the Lord. So we must all be reproved and corrected for the iniquity that we have committed, not only in this life but in the past lives also. Okay, none can say unto the Lord that He is innocent. Okay, we all have fallen short from the glory. All Israel have sinned against the Lord. Okay, so it says here, if ye endure chastening, the Most High dealeth with you as with sons. For what son is he whom the Father chasteneth not? So again, like I said, that's the process, the process that the Lord has laid up for the growth. Okay, in order to go, you have to go to that fire of adversity. In order to go, you have to go through that tribulation, affliction. Look at the author and finisher of our faith, Yahushai. Okay, he went through that cross. He submitted himself to the pains, to the mockery, to the scoffing, to the mocking, to the false accusations. to death, even unto death. Okay, but what was the reward? What was the end result? He was sitting at the right hand of the Most High. Okay, so we must remember that, lest we become faint and feeble in the mind, man. If you start getting growing weary in the truth. Okay, but again, that's the process that the Lord has put in place for us to be deemed worthy of salvation. Are you willing to forsake your own life? Are you willing to bear the cross and to follow after righteousness, man? Okay, and forsake the world, forsake your own life, even, man. Okay. So it says here, back to Hebrews 12:8. But if ye be without chastening, wherefore all are partakers, then ye are bastards and not sons. Okay, and that was the feeling. The same way that I was listening to Apostles Gabar's video, he was saying that he went through it, man. The way that he was talking, I felt like someone told him my story. Okay, but the thing is, that was his story. Okay, we're all going, everyone that is following after righteousness in different shapes or forms, we all going through that same affliction. Okay, we all are partakers of that same suffering. Okay, we're suffering with Yahweh Shai HaMashiach, okay, to obtain that glory. You see, if we suffer with him, we will reign with him, that as it is written. Okay, but again, it says here, again, if you're not a partaker of that suffering, you're not a son, you're a bastard. Okay, just as Esau is a bastard. Okay, the same way that these other nations, the Lord is not dealing with them, man. These other nations, man, the Lord doesn't care about them. That's why he allows them to sin continually without a repercussion, because at the end of the day, the Lord is going to allow their sins to reach the point of no return, where he can come in and correct them. He can let the full wrath, his full indignation fall upon them. Okay, but Israel is not the same, man. Israel, he loves Israel so much that he corrects them from the start, so that their sins don't reach that limit, so that we can go back into righteousness. Just as that's the love of a father, man. Okay, just as if your son and your neighbor's son, they end up, let's say they steal a bike, and you see that, you're gonna beat up your son. You're not beat up, but you're gonna correct your son to make sure he doesn't do anything, man. And the other son and your neighbor's son, you're gonna leave him to your neighbor. He's gonna deal with that. You're gonna deal with your son. That's the same way that the Lord is dealing with us. And as it says here in Amos 3:1, hear this word that the Lord has spoken against you, O children of Israel. Again, this is speaking specifically to the children of Israel, not the whole world. Okay, against the whole family which I brought from the land of Egypt, saying, you only have I known. You only have I known. So the Lord does not know these other nations, these other people, man. The Lord is not dealing with them. Okay, you only have I known of all the families of the earth. Therefore will I punish you for your iniquity. So again, the Lord is dealing with us as a father would deal with his sons, and we are the sons of the Most High. That's what Israel means. Yashar Allah, he prince of the power. Okay, we are the sons of the power. Okay, that's what it means, man. Okay, so again, the Lord is going to deal with us as a father when he's correcting his sons. And again, if you come to serve the Lord, prepare yourself for temptation, prepare yourself for correction. Okay, because you must be washed, man. You have to become a new creature. Okay, the Lord, as it is said in the Christian church, as they say, come as you are. The Lord is not expecting you to come as you are. The Lord is expecting for you to change and become a new creature in righteousness, according to the ways of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Okay, so it says here, back to Hebrews 12:9. Furthermore, we have had a father. Furthermore, we have had fathers of our flesh, which correct us, and we gave them reverence. Shall we not much rather be in subjection unto the Father of spirits and live? Okay, because there's a benefit to obeying the voice of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Okay, it's life, man. When you do the things that are pleasing unto the Lord, man, that's life unto you, man. The Lord can add life unto you, man. Okay, the Lord can give you more life, and he also can cut your life short, man. Okay, because life and death is in the power of his hand. Okay, so again it says here, for they verily for a few days chasten us after their own pleasure. Okay, but he for our profit. Okay, so as it was saying, you're getting chastised by your fathers in the flesh, but that's for their own profit. You know, that's for them. They're correcting you so they can have pleasure in you. But when the Father Yahweh Bashem Yashai corrects us, it's for our profit. Okay, it's for us to not go off, man. It's for us to walk in righteousness, walk after the right way. Okay. So it says here, but he for our profit, that we might be partakers of his holiness. Okay, that we may be partakers of the blessing of immortality, man. Okay, and ultimately all Israel shall be saved at the end of the day. But we don't want to be partakers of the destruction of Babylon, man. We don't want to be partakers of the plagues, the famine, the pestilence. We want to obtain that tawab, okay, that mark of exemption, man. That's what we want, man. We don't want to be touched by all these evils, man, because the Lord is the Lord of terrors, man. Okay, the Lord of terrors, man. It's a fearful thing to fall. It's a fearful thing to fall into the hands of the Lord, man. The Lord knows our bigger. He knows us better than we know ourselves, man. The Lord can put you in a situation that might seem worse than death itself. Okay, and knowing the fear of the Lord, we try to persuade man. Okay, because the true men of the Lord willing, we're a part of that number. You guys are a part of that number. You know, we walk in the fear of the Lord, man. We're not walking according to our own vain opinion. Okay. But again, all that punishment, that tribulation, that fire, that affliction, all these situations that we go through is really molding us into a better individual. Okay, a better servant unto Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Okay, so that we may be fit, that we may be worthy, that we may be partakers of His holiness. Now no chastening for the present seemeth to be joyous. Okay, so again, when you're going through hell, you might have that period where you're going through that, oh, woe is me spirit. Why is these things happening unto me? Okay, but again, it says here, no chastening for the present seemeth to be joyous, but grievous. Okay, and again, as I said in the beginning, my little side story, I looked it up, man. Apparently there's 7 stages to grief. 7 stages to grief, so apparently there's denial, anger, depression, sorrow, this and that, but I'm not gonna lie, I didn't go through all the stages, because I was like, at one point I just said, fuck it, man, let's go back into the spirit, but I did feel like I at one point in the beginning, that's why I was in a slump. In the beginning, I did tell myself, like, why am I going through this? What's going on? Everything was perfect. I did everything the right way. Why am I in this situation now? What happened? And then at one point, I just said, because at that point, I was thinking carnally. I was thinking that, the solution, the answer was for my situation of why I was in that situation. I had to be carnal. Okay, but no, the answer was really spiritual. Okay, because again, I sinned again. Because again, I'm suffering because of mine iniquity. Okay, I'm suffering because I went off, man. There was a time where I wasn't following the Lord, man. I'm worthy. At the end of the day, man, all of us are worthy of death. It's only by the mercy and the grace of Yahweh Hashem Yashai that we're still standing, man. All right, only by His grace and mercy. Okay. So I realized, man, that the answer is really not why am I going through this, is why not, Is that, the Lord is justified of making me go through hell, and I should take it as a man, gird myself as a man, basically what happened unto Job, man. Okay, and again, Job kept his integrity, and his latter end was greater than his beginning. Okay, so knowing that, man, we're supposed to move in a different manner. As I said before, you have to prepare yourself for these things, man. Don't be surprised when hell comes upon you, because again, all are partakers of this hell, man. Okay, many a time when I was watching these videos about adversity, the brothers were saying, I'm going through hell right now. That's why I made this video. It was in my spirit to add on to this video. And just as they were going through hell, they were partakers of the suffering. Me too, I'm a partaker in the suffering. This is why I'm making that video for whoever needs to hear this message right now, man. Stay up and keep your head up and keep fighting a good fight of faith. Okay, now it says here, now no, Hebrews 12:11, now no chastening for the present seemeth to be joyous, but grievous. Nevertheless, afterwards it yielded the peaceable fruit of righteousness unto them which are exercised thereby. So again, at the end of the day, you do these things, man. There's a result, man. There's a process. There's a righteous process, man, that the Lord is setting up for you to yield the peaceable fruits of righteousness, man. You're going through all that affliction, through all that suffering, so that you may become, like I said, a better servant, a better creature unto Yahweh Ba'ashem Yashai. Okay, renewed in your mind, by righteousness, by the ways of the Lord, man, not being conformed to the world. Okay. So it says here, Job 5:17, behold, happy is the man whom the Most High corrected. Therefore despise not thou the chastening of the Almighty, for he maketh sore and bindeth up. He wounded and his hand make whole. So he'll make you go through hell, but he'll save you at the end of the day. He wants to see if you will keep your integrity. He wants to see if you will stay true to Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. Okay, just as it says in Deuteronomy 8, and I'm gonna go into it, pertaining to how we had to suffer during those 40 years in Egypt. It's like during those 40 years in the desert, how we were suffering, because there's really a test. Okay, the Lord was testing us to see if we were gonna forsake Him or follow after His ways. Okay, so let's get into it in Deuteronomy 8:20. So ultimately, all those affliction, all those tribulations that we go through, that the fact that we have to walk through that fire is really a test to see if you're worthy to be you're worthy of all the promises that the Lord has promised unto Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Okay, if you're worthy to be a partaker of this glory. Okay. So it says here in Deuteronomy 8:2, and thou shalt remember all the way which the Lord thy power led thee these 40 years in the wilderness, to humble thee and to prove thee, to know what was in thine heart, whether thou wouldest keep his commandments or no. Okay, so ultimately that was the whole reason why that generation had to go walk through the desert for 40 years. It was really a trial to see if they were gonna be true to Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. And he suffered thee, and he humbled thee, and he suffered thee to hunger, and fed thee with manna, which thou knewest not, neither did thy fathers know, that he might make thee known that man does not live by bread alone, but by every word that proceeded out of the mouth of the Lord doth man live. Okay, thy remnant wax not old upon thee, neither did thy foot swell these 40 years. Thou shalt also consider in thy heart that as man chasteneth his son, so the Lord thy power chasteneth thee. Okay, just as I said, the Lord is playing the Lord is playing the role of a father. Okay, unto us, man. And just as a father corrects you when you go off, the Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai is gonna correct us for when we go off, man. Even to the point that He sold us unto slavery. Even to the point where He put us in a low state, the state that we're in today, man. Okay, this to show you how great, how serious our transgressions were against the Lord, man. Many a times we brought the wrath of the Lord upon us because of our own iniquity. Okay, and I'm gonna go into it, man. Okay, so it says here, back to Deuteronomy 8:6. Therefore thou shalt keep the commandments of the Lord thy power, to walk in His ways and to fear Him. For the Lord thy power bringeth thee into a good land, and a land of brook and the water, and fountains of death, and spring of valley of hills. So again, that's the promise. They'll give you an inheritance. It'll give you immortality. All these good stuff that come with the promise of following after righteousness, man. Okay. Again, it says here in it says here in Isaiah 1:2, hear, O heavens, and give ear, O earth, for the Lord hath spoken, and I have nourished thee and brought up children, and they have rebelled against me. So again, all Israel has rebelled against the Lord, man. Okay, the ox knoweth his owner, and the ass his master's crib, but Israel does not know, nor my people does not consider. Ah, sinful nation, a people laden with iniquity, a seed of evildoers, children that are corrupters. They have forsaken the Lord. They have provoked the Holy One of Israel unto anger. Okay, that's what we have done by turning ourselves from the power of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, and after breaking the law, statutes, and commandments, and not keeping His ways, His ordinances, man. That's what happened. We have provoked the Lord unto anger. Okay, they are gone away backwards. Why should ye be stricken any more? Will ye will revolt more and more. The whole head is sick. The whole heart is faint. From the sole of the foot even unto the head, there is no soundness in it, but wounds and bruises and putrefying sores. They have not been closed, neither bound up, neither mollified with ointment. So again, all Israel is corrupt, man. Only for those that are turning back, only for the hopeful elect, they are trying to truly serve the Lord in truth and sincerity. They have woken up from their dead state, and now they're turned back to the Lord. And now being and now being turned back to the Lord, they're seeking Him 10 times more, as it is written. You know, that's really the spirit that you should be on, man. Seeking the Lord 10 times more, man. Okay? So it says here in Jeremiah 5:22, fear ye me not, fear ye not me, said the Lord. Will ye not tremble at my presence, which have placed the sand of the bounds of the sea by a perpetual decree, that it cannot pass it, and through the waves thereof toss themselves, yet they cannot prevail? Though they roar, yet they cannot pass over it. But this people had a revolting and rebellious heart. They are revolted and gone. Neither say they in their hearts, let us now fear the Most High, our power, that giveth rain both to the former and latter in his season. He reserveth unto us the appointed weeks of the harvest. Your iniquities have turned away these things. Your iniquity have turned away these things, and your sins have withholden good things from you. So again, as I said before, all Israel has sinned against the Lord, man. So when you're going through your daily affliction, when you're fighting your daily dose of demons, okay, when you're going through hell, man, that's really because of your own iniquity, man, because of your own sins, because of your own stubbornness, man, because of the fact that you have turned and forsook the Lord at one point, man, you know. But again, coming back to the Lord, coming back to this knowledge, man, you seek the Lord 10 times more. Because coming to the Lord, you have to acknowledge that you went off. You have to acknowledge your sins, your past sins, not only in this life, but in the life ahead, in the life that you had before, man. Okay? And again, the Lord is justified of punishing us, man. So it says here, Micah 7:7, therefore I will look unto the Lord. I will wait for the Most High of my salvation. He will hear me. That's the state that we're in, man. Because at the end of the day, man, that's we've been abased to waiting upon Yahweh Shai, man. Because there is no might in our hands. We cannot save us by our own means. We have to wait until Yahweh Shai to come back and deliver us, man. Okay, this is the state that we have been reduced to. We have been made subject unto hope. Okay, we have been made subject unto hope because we cannot save ourselves, man. The Lord is our Redeemer, and He will come and deliver us, man. Okay, so we will wait for the power of our salvation. My power will hear me. Okay, rejoice not over me, so like rejoice not against me, O mine enemy, when I fall. Okay, because you are expected to fall, man. You are, a just man falleth 7 times. I shall arise. Okay, if a just man falleth 7 times, but he get it back up. That's the whole mentality, man. Even though you fall, don't stay down, man. Get back up, man. Okay, the Lord wants to see if you're gonna stand for Him in righteousness against the wicked doers, man. Are you gonna stand strong for righteousness' sake? Or are you gonna fold, man? That's the whole purpose of these trials, man. Are you gonna overcome, or are you gonna bow down and let the adversity win over you, man? Okay. So again, when I fall, I shall arise. When I sit in darkness, the Lord shall be a light unto me. So even when we're in a low state, the Lord is there guiding us and protecting us from danger, man. All right. The Lord will be our strong tower, our defense against the evil days, man. Okay. So again, it says here in verse 9, I will bear the indignation of the Lord because I have sinned against Him. Why? Because I have sinned against Him. Because we went off, we have to bear the indignation of the Lord and pray that He has mercy upon us in the days to come. We're now turning back to the Lord, knowing what is pleasing unto Him. We seek for mercy, man. Okay, we seek for mercy for the fact that we've sinned. Okay, we bear the indignation of the Lord because we sinned against Him. Until He plead my cause and execute judgment for me, He will bring me forth to the light, and I shall behold His righteousness. And that's ultimately what we wish to do, man. What we wish. We wish to behold Yahweh Shai, the return of Yahweh Shai, and the downfall of this wicked kingdom, man. All right, and Lord willing, we remain faithful until the end. Okay, so it says here in 1 Corinthians 11:32, but when we are judged, we are chastened of the Lord, that we should not be condemned with the world. Okay, so ultimately that's the whole process again. There's benefits of us being chastised now. Okay. The Lord, as I said before, the Lord corrects us in measure, and I'm gonna go into it, man. The Lord corrects us now so that we are not, that our sin reach not unto the fullness, that we may not be destroyed with these people, man. Okay. there's a benefit for that chastisement, man. Happy is the man whom the Lord corrected, because that means that the Lord is that. First off, that shows that the Lord loves you and He does not want you to keep walking in the wrong way. So the Lord hits you in the head so that so that you can turn around and acknowledge that you're going the wrong way, and then after you acknowledge your sins, you turn back and follow after righteousness, man. That's the whole purpose of us. That's the whole purpose of that correction, so that you can stop, forsake your old ways and walk after righteousness. Okay, so again it says here in 2 Maccabees 6:12, now I beseech those that read this book that they be not discouraged for these calamities, but that they judge those punishment not to be for destruction, but for the chastening of our nation. Not for the destruction, but for the correction of our people. Okay, you're going through hell right now, but it's for your correction. At the end of the day, man, the Lord will not leave you in hell the whole time, man. Okay, it's for a moment. It's to purify you, it's to purge you, it's to cleanse you, it's to make you a better individual, a better servant of Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai. He will not leave you in hell. You have to know that there is an end of our punishment, man. There is an end for this hell, man. Okay, and again it says here, but that they judge those punishment not to be for the destruction, but for a chastening of our nation. For it is the token of His great goodness, when the wicked doer are not suffered any long time, but forthwith punished. For not as with other nations, whom the Lord patiently forbeareth to punish, till they have come to the fullness of their sins, so dealeth He with us. Lest that being come to the height of sins, afterwards He should take vengeance on us. So again, that shows the love of the Lord. He corrects us right away. Okay, that's why when Moab starts eating all sorts of abominable things, they're not gonna be bugged out afterwards, man. But if you go ahead and try eating Moab's food, man, you're gonna be through, man. You know, you're not gonna wake up. You're gonna feel some type of way, man. Your stomach is not gonna agree with you, man. Why? Because the Lord is chastening you, man. And that's just a quick example, man. You know. And again, that's ultimately what it is, man. You know, that's a small example of dietary laws, man. You try to eat something abominable, man, your stomach is gonna tell you what the fuck is going on. You know, your body's gonna tell you what, you went off, man. You're going off, man. Okay, that's for you to learn not to do these things anymore, man. Okay, and that's on a slow, on a low level of a chastening, man. Okay, but again it says here, and therefore He never withdraweth His mercy from us, and though He punishes with adversity, yet He does not forsake His people. So again, who are His people? Yashar Allah. He does not forsake His people. He will punish you, okay, but it's not for your destruction, it's for your correction. While these other nations, while their sins are going to get to the fullness of their sins, they're going to get punished and destroyed by their iniquity. All right, so again it says here in it says here in Job 5:11. It's like a Job 11:5. But oh, that the Most High would speak and open His lips against thee, and that He would shew thee the secrets of wisdom, and that are double to the which is. Know therefore that the Most High exalted thee. So like, know ye therefore that the Most High exacted thee less than thine iniquity deserve it. Okay, know that whatever you're going through, man, the Lord could have made it worse. The Lord could have turned on that heat, man. Okay, just know that you could have been in a worse situation, man. Okay, whatever you're going through, man, just know that it could have been worse, man. Count yourself happy, man, that the Lord, matter of fact, the Lord could have just killed you, man. The Lord would have been justified in taking you out of the earth, man, taking your soul, recalling your soul, man. Okay, because at the end of the day, well, where would the innocent perish, man? Okay, none of us are innocent, man. All has fallen short from the glory of the Lord, man. Okay, so again, the Lord exalted thee less than thine iniquity deserves. So count yourself happy that the Lord does not take you away. Okay, that the Lord doesn't just take you out of the earth, man, because He would be justified in doing so. Okay, so again it says here in James 1:2, my brethren, count it all joy when ye fall in diverse temptation, knowing this. Okay, why are you supposed to count it joy when you're going through adversity and temptation? Okay, knowing this, that the trying of your faith worketh patience. Okay, so because you're supposed to be patient. The Lord is expecting us to be long-suffering, okay, which goes into patience. Long-suffering in the weight of Yahweh Shai. And again, that again, just as he tested us those 40 years in the wilderness, the same way the Lord is testing us in this wilderness, because Babylon is the wilderness as well, a land of darkness, man. This is another form of wilderness. Okay. Yeah, so like a little baby is coming here. Hello. Okay. So it says here and again, as it says, my brethren, count it all joy when all joy. It's like it counted all joy when diverse temptation fall. When ye fall into diverse temptation, you know that ultimately means that the Lord is dealing with you, man. Because if you don't go to hell, it's like if you don't go through hell, if you're not going through affliction, tribulation, man, you should be asking questions, man. Because you know that Satan is trying to sift you out of the truth. You know that the world is against you. So if you're not going through hell, man, you should be asking questions, man. You know, because it's again, that's something that we're all partakers of, man. If you're not going through hell, man, you should be scared, man. You should be moving on eggshells, man. You know, no, because the Lord might hit you anytime, man, with something, man. Boops upside your head, man. Okay. And again, it says here, Hebrews 12:11, bringing that precept out again. No, now no. So like now no chastening for the present seemeth to be joyous, but grievous. Nevertheless, afterwards it yielded the peaceable fruit of righteousness unto them which are exercised thereby. And again, that goes into that patience. That patience, when you count it joy, because you know that the result of that affliction is gonna bring forth fruit into righteousness. Okay, that's why you're not worried about going through that affliction. Yeah, yes, at the beginning you might feel some type of way, but even through that fire, you're supposed to look for that spiritual point, for that um, uh, spiritual highlight. Like, what is the Lord trying to? What is the Lord trying to make me understand from going through that affliction and adversity? Okay, what am I supposed to come out of? What sort of information is the Lord trying to give me while I'm going through that affliction? There's a lesson for me to learn out of this affliction. Okay, so it says here in Zechariah 13:8, and it shall come to pass that in all the land, said the Lord, 2/3, 2 parts therein shall be left, shall be cut off and die, but the third shall be left therein. Okay, that means that the third part, meaning the elect, the hopeful elect. Okay, they're gonna come out of that fire and they're gonna be delivered, man. They're gonna be found worthy because they overcame the fire. Okay. It says here, I will bring the third part through the fire, through that adversity, through that furnace of adversity. Okay, the Lord is gonna bring us through that fire. So it is expected for you to go through hell, man, to go through persecution, to go through temptation, man. The Lord is the one making you go through it, man. Okay, because at the end of the day, as Yahushua said, I know that all things are come from above, man. Okay, everything is decreed from on high. Okay, so for you to go through hell, man, even Job, man. Job had to go to the Lord. It's like even Satan had to go to the Lord first before he plagued Job, man. He had to get the okay, the approval stamp from the Lord for him to go and persecute Job. Okay, so because Satan doesn't do whatever he wants, man. Satan is in order. Okay, he's the angel of the Lord on the left hand. So again, he had to go and plead his case against Job in the heavens. And when the Lord gave him the okay, then he set his plan in motion to test Job, to try Job. But at the end of the day, he kept his integrity, and the Lord rewarded him at the latter end. Okay, so again, Zechariah 13:9, I will bring the third part through the fire, and I will refine them as silver is refined, and I will try them as gold is tried. They shall call on my name, and I will hear them. I will say it is my people, and they shall say the Lord is my power. And that's what we're doing right now. Even through the fire, even through the tribulation, we're calling upon Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai and praising the Lord and asking for his mercy in the times to come. Okay, so again, I'll end up with James 1:12. Okay, and it says here, blessed is the man that endureth temptation. Blessed is the man that endureth temptation. Why? Because once you overcome that tribulation, when you overcome that hell, when you overcome that fire, that furnace of adversity, you will receive a reward. For when he is tried, he shall receive the crown of life, which the Lord had promised to them that love him. All right, that's the end. That's the benefit of our trial. That's the benefit of our temptation. That's the benefit of our chastening. Okay, the fact that we will be able, if we endure, to obtain the crown of life. Okay, so I'll read that precept again and I'll close out. Okay, it says here, James 1 and 12, blessed is the man that endureth temptation, for when he is tried, he shall receive the crown of life. That is the whole purpose of that affliction, so that you may be tried and found worthy of obtaining that crown of life. Okay, which the Lord hath promised to them that love him. All right. So that being said, I'd like to give all honor, praises, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Racha Kodash. Double honors to my teacher, the elder apostle and elder bishop of Great Millstone, teaching and ruling well. Peace, salutation, and blessing to the hopeful elect of the house of Israel, those who are keeping the law, statutes, and commandments. And DTL Baba Bal Kwam Yashala. Until next lesson, the Lord willing, this was edifying. Keep the faith, and even in the fire, endure, 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 man. That's the whole name of the game. Endure the fire so that you may obtain that crown of life. All right. DTL Baba Bal Kwam Yashala. Shalom, shalom, shalom.